Welcome to the Weslaco Center. The Texas A&M AgriLife Research and Extension Center at Weslaco is located in the lower Rio Grande Valley, where agriculture has played a major role in the region's tremendous economic and population growth. With the arrival of rail transportation and the development of a vast irrigation system in the early 1900s, the valley's fertile delta soils formed the foundation of a bountiful South Texas agricultural industry. In 1923, as a response to the growing needs and with federal and state legislative authorization, the state legislature established Substation number 15 east of the newly created town of Weslaco, named after the W.E. Stewart Land Company. It establishes this research center on 60 acres purchased by the state and another 60 acres donated by local citizens. This land was once known as Llano Grande, Spanish for large plain, and it supported several thousand National Guardsmen sent by President Woodrow Wilson to quell border disputes during the period of the Mexican Revolution. First arrived in 1915, and most had departed by 1918 to fight in World War I. In 1925, Substation number 15 got its first supervisor, W.H. Friend, and Professor Arthur T. Potts had set up the first citrus and insect trials, but also reported testing a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, legumes, cotton, and sugar cane. In 1927, Friend and Potts reported many research challenges: root rot, freezes, hurricanes, salty river irrigation water, marketing problems, and heavy infestations of insects and plant diseases. Research at this center primarily began with citrus, but expanded very quickly to other crops. Between 1924 and 1946, facilities at Weslaco were limited to a few frame buildings and residences for staff, usually numbering no more than 3. Irrigation and drainage systems were installed. By 1948, the Texas Agricultural Experiment Station, as it was named then, was joined by Extension and USDA personnel. USDA established an Agricultural Research Service Center here on the center grounds, joining the state research and extension functions. In 1952, a 2-acre water reservoir was constructed and a water well was drilled. Both proved invaluable during the 1953 drought. In 1964, the name officially changed from Substation number 15 to the Rio Grande Valley Research and Extension Center, and later changed to the Texas A&M University Agricultural Research and Extension Center at Weslaco. Most recently, the center is now known as the Texas A&M AgriLife Research and Extension Center at Weslaco. Among the early achievements of the Weslaco Center were the development of red-fleshed grapefruit, the release of mildew-resistant melon varieties in the 1950s and 60s, virus-resistant peppers, tomatoes and melons, improved tomato varieties released in the 1960s and still grown worldwide, the first commercially successful spinach hybrids, commercial onion releases that resulted in the famous 1015 sweet onion releases in the 1980s, sugarcane studies that helped revive the industry in the early 1970s, water use efficiency and soil studies that improved per acre income, improved harvesting methods for onions, potatoes, sugar cane, and other crops. We invite you to come visit us here at the Weslaco Center and to take a look at some of the research and extension programs going on.